This morning, I have the privilege of being able to interview a couple different people in our church. We have a member vote coming up on our elders and deacons, not all of our elders and deacons, but the way our church is led is we have an elder team, and elders at our church are responsible for three things. They're responsible for governing our church body, leading the governance, although members you govern as well. They're responsible for shepherding the congregation, and they're responsible for teaching and making sure that we stay on point with what we're teaching. And every 3 years, those current elders that we have come up for a reaffirmation vote from the members. And every year, our deacons come up every year as a reaffirmation. And we've had in the past a practice of interviewing people because it's a great opportunity. We have new people all the time. It's a very transient community. It's a great opportunity for us to get to know them better. So this morning, I have the privilege of first introducing Brian Martin. We're not related. My name is Jeff Martin. We are brothers in Christ. This is an interesting question. It could be phrased in a negative way and a positive way. But Brian, why did you become an elder?
Well, first of all, that was a while ago, and I can't even confirm whether it was 2007 or 2008. And some of you can imagine how disconcerting that is to somebody like me who's a professional historian. Um, so, two things come to mind. First, it's an important job, and Mike asked. Mike was our previous pastor. Um, but more than that, I wanted to serve in the sense that Paul spoke to Timothy about leadership in the church being something that was good work to desire. But I also knew that I was not at all sure I was up to the challenge. And one of the things I distinctly remember about that time was I sat down with Dale Brubaker, who'd been through some really difficult circumstances as an elder. And I said, how do you do this? And he said, he basically assured me it was only by the grace of God that you get
Yeah.
to do this work.
Awesome. Well, we're glad you decided to do that. So share one significant lesson learned or insight gained from your service as an elder.
I think overwhelmingly, serving as an elder is a humbling experience. Yes, God has given me gifts to serve, and through your affirmation has granted me authority to serve in this role in the church. But I'm regularly confronted with how short I fall on my own. Whether it's knowing how best to listen to people, or to help someone, or to ask a difficult question, or to just make decisions that affect other people. Ultimately, serving is a gospel experience. It's something where you confront regularly. I confront my own sin, I confront the sin of others, and I'm repeatedly led to confession and to repentance and to reconciliation. So, God's grace and truth is what I've continued to learn
Yeah.
as an elder.
So what is the most useful feedback or encouragement you received in connection with your service as an elder?
Okay. Jeff will probably remember this.
I do.
But several years ago, one of the other elders approached me about a tendency I had of engaging aggressively or defensively in some of our discussions. I would raise my voice, not necessarily, I didn't necessarily know that I was raising my voice, but everybody else did. Um, and I would be argumentative and I'd be intimidating. And this was not the first time that someone had brought this to my attention. Um, but this brother coming to me calmly and stepping through it led to this same cycle of confession and repentance and reconciliation. This is the gospel.
Hmm.
And at times I still struggle with this, and recognize, I struggle to recognize and control this tendency, um, and to even see how it really affects others. But I am generally more aware and responsive to the Spirit's conviction in this than I was before, but very thankful for that brother. And I think that's what's marked our working as a team.
Hmm.
You know, the gospel isn't something that we take out for others. The gospel is key to how we work together as leaders.
Brian and Ginger, one of the things I've always appreciated about them, we came in several years after they were there, is that they love this church and they've loved our family well, and so many families they've loved well. And Brian had to lead as an elder in some really, really difficult times, very difficult times. And I've always said, as a leader, it's identity in Jesus is what gets you through, and understanding that you're in Christ. So this brother and that sister have been an incredible blessing to our body. And I've just seen demonstrated over and over again Brian's humility. And just for all of us, I want to encourage us that maturity is not having sin in your life, and it's being aware of it and confessing that, and having other brothers and sisters be able to encourage in that. So that's really where maturity is. And Brian demonstrates an incredible amount of maturity in the gospel. I love you for that, brother. You've been such a blessing to us. All right, share one thing that you would most like your brothers and sisters to know about you.
So something I learned a number of years ago, we actually did this big thing in exercise in the church about it, but I really realized that I was a combination of extrovert and introvert. I always thought I was an extrovert, but I realized that I was also more of an introvert than I thought. And you regularly see me up front. I'm the opener. Every once in a while you see me preach. And those are things that get me jazzed. They energize me. I'm energized by, getting together with people, talking, praying, playing. Just engaging with people is energizing to me. But as I've grown older, I also find myself refreshed by contemplation and reflection and time alone. My son, when he read this, said, "Yeah, Dad, those 3-hour kayak paddles by yourself, I understand that stuff." Um, but sometimes I've sensed that either aspect of my personality, the outward intensity or the inward focus, can be off-putting to others. So what I want you to know about me is how much I value your fellowship, and I invite you to ask me to either tone it down or join in as appropriate.
This is Mary Martin, and we are related. Mary is my wife of 33 years. Yes. And thank you for clapping. Deacons in our church, the way we do it, there's no right way to do this, but deacons have specific roles that they fulfill. And Mary has been fulfilling the role of leading our Titus 2 ministry for several years. And so I have some different questions for her. She gets some funner questions, but sorry, Brian. Eldering is boring compared to this. So, Mary, why did you go into ministry originally? Years before we met.
Yes. So I came to faith in Christ in high school through the Ministry of Young Life. And then in college, got involved with the Ministry of Campus Crusade. And during those years, God blessed me with a series of older in the faith women who at various times took me under their wing, basically, and taught me what a life of faith was all about. So we would study the Bible and pray together, but we also did fun things like doing each other's hair and nails and going out for pizza after football games. So they really nurtured me along in my faith. And when the time for my college graduation came along, I really sensed from the Lord that He both wanted me and I wanted to be that kind of person for others who were young in the faith. I wanted to invest my life in other women and help bring them along in the faith. So ended up joining the ministry of Campus Crusade as a full-time minister of the gospel. And then the year after that, that's when Jeff and I met.
Yeah. So we just for context, we spent 23 years on staff with Cru. It's a collegiate ministry. 7 of those years were overseas in Bulgaria, and 9 of those years we served as regional director. So I'm going to ask you, you've been in ministry a long time. What are some favorite memories? I see that you have one from Bulgaria, which is fun.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so a favorite memory from my time in Bulgaria was when Jeff and I took our family, which at that time was 2 little girls, aged 3 and 5, took them along with a big group of Bulgarian college students to lead the first ever Bulgarian mission project. We went to the Black Sea coast, which was in Bulgaria, so we were taking them across their country, stepping out in faith for the first time in this way. And we met daily for singing and Bible teaching with the students, and then also took steps of faith to witness in the community and share the love of Christ with college students who were vacationing there. And many of those days, I think it was 2 weeks that we were there, many of those days it was about 40 degrees Celsius, which is about, over 100 degrees. So, that was hot. But we did one evening all dance the Bulgarian choro in the streets, which is kind of like the Greek dancing, line dancing. And I also got to spontaneously give an American square dancing lesson. So that was a highlight.
Oh my gosh, now I remember that. Yeah. Oh, you have another one from our time.
We do have another. So fast forward to our time in Pennsylvania. My kids were school-aged at the time, and I was privileged to serve on the regional team for this campus ministry, and got to do a bit of phone coaching with women who were married to campus directors. Jeff was their boss, and I got to just check in with some of those women regularly, just to provide encouragement and support as we all were just juggling the demands of motherhood, marriage, and ministry. And I also got to do event planning for conferences, retreats, and social events, which I really loved.
Okay, moving in towards Titus 2. How did the ministry of Titus 2 come about here at Rock Creek Church?
Mm-hmm. So soon after Jeff and I got here to Rock Creek, I was asked to develop a curriculum that was similar to the elder training program that we had gotten going. And so the first 2 cycles of Titus 2 were a year-long, an intensive training program for developing women of all ages who sensed a call to be spiritual mentors. So after those first 2 cycles, then we kind of transitioned or evolved more into being a team of women who were ready and available to serve as spiritual mentors.
Okay, so we have a slide here in terms of what the purpose of the Titus 2 team is.
So let me read that. So our purpose, the Titus 2 team partners with the elders in shepherding the women of Rock Creek Church. And rather than focusing on planning events and programs, the team prioritizes opportunities to mentor women, support spiritual growth, and foster spiritual multiplication. And kind of the 3 areas of ministry focus for us are advising the elder team, mentoring the female community group leaders, and then creating other opportunities for growth. And this year we have a special emphasis on developing one-on-one discipleship relationships.
Yeah. So one of the things too that I appreciate as an elder is that we invite the Titus 2 team to look at our agenda, and if there are things on the elder team agenda they want to speak into and talk about, we want to know what those things are, because we want their perspective on the life of our church. Okay. Last question. Right. Share one significant lesson learned or insight gained from your service as a deacon.
So something that continues to be a theme and motivation for me wanting to lead the team is the importance of having a supportive leadership community. We can't do it alone. As a leader, and I know for myself, I can't do it alone. I don't want to do it alone, or at least not for very long. So it's important to be interacting with other godly women and be learning from each other, rejoicing in victories, and sharing the emotional load of discouragements. So ministry can be really frustrating and discouraging at times. So I know that I need support and encouragement, and I want to help our leaders have that support and encouragement that they need and deserve, really. So, final thoughts. So, our team is meant to be a resource team for the church. If you, first of all, if you're interested in learning more about the ministry or getting involved, please come talk to me anytime. Or if you, as a woman, feel like you need prayer or some sort of, want to process something or need a female presence in a conversation or whatever, please come talk to me. Or I also want to ask my Titus 2 team, if you are here in the room, would you just stand up so everyone can see if you're able? I know Patricia is recovering from a procedure over there. So there's Patricia and Camilla and Ginger, and also Melissa is with the kids, and Sandy is with the kids. You can find pictures of all of us on the website. So as I said, if you feel a need or just want to come talk to one of us, please seek us out. We are here for you. Thank you.